Coronavirus 2020, yeah, it's getting worse. Spreading still. I mean, knew that was gonna happen. People are starting to kind of panic. This toilet paper craze is going on right now. There's still food. Um, the well, what I was gonna talk about in this video was when, well, whether it goes like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing or not, when people panic to the point that it puts so much of a strain on the police and things like that, when it gets to the point that people start to get desperate, even sometimes when they don't need to be desperate, there's options around, there's food, like there's most places you can find something to eat in the wilderness. I mean, you can eat clovers, and they grow in most people's yards through a lot of North America. And but people don't know shit. They don't know what you can eat, how to survive. They don't know how little you really need because especially in North America. Well, I don't know what the stats are like in Canada. I imagine they're similar to North America. We got some fat people. Fat people. I know I've been one. So I know we like to eat and shit. You can't go down and get a burger, get a pizza for a few bucks. That's like third world starvation, stuff in the minds of so many of the spoiled, privileged first world. I mean, I hate to use the word privileged, you know, because politics and stuff, but no, it's true. No, we've been lucky. It was a lucky generation growing up, and the one I grew up in, and in some way, not always, but when people get to the point that they're getting desperate, they're getting edgy, they're getting, um, scared, scared. That fight or flight thing, I think it's going to kick in when really it shouldn't. I mean, I think people in North America, the fight or flight thing will kick in well before it even gets as bad as many people in the world live from the day they're born to the day they die, and it's it's kind of a decadent society at the same time, which is to say, spoiled, pleasure on demand, everything's convenience, like the push of a button. And while for the most part, nothing usually too serious happens, um, the themes, the things that people like in movies, games, music, the stuff they like to think about it. They like to talk hard. They like to play at it. Some disturbing scenarios. There's kind of a sick, kind of twisted side to a lot of this soft, for the most part, lawful way we live now. I wonder. I can't say anything for sure on what's going to happen, but it's it's a little bit worrying. Not too scared yet, but I wanted to compare, say, a group of devout Christians or Jews that they just never lie, never steal, never kill, stuff like that. Compare that to, say, really the mainstream secular themes of North America, of the United States, at least, and much of Europe. Um, if they did go on with that, they started living like walking the talk. Um, Man, it could get bad. That could be that could tip the situation to the point of a collapse where we couldn't pull it out for maybe, yes, for years. Um, and then even when they did, it would be sort of just like rebuilding from the rubble. Because I mean, if it got to that point where people factioned out, they started grouping up and going against each other, the way well the way they do in games, to sum it up, or movies or shows, or the way people talk in a lot of the music, or they used to. Um, Still do. Not so much as when I was a teenager. Or I haven't heard it. Maybe I just haven't been keeping up. But yeah, it's when when the people of a country start kind of destroying each other and going after each other's throats. That's that's like the death knell, you know. And the topic, just for clarity, is that culture has changed in the West, and I can't speak so much for the East and other places, but it's a weird it's a weird combination of factors. You get this fascination with sin and um, drama. Well, we call it drama now. You know, it's fun to watch. It's fun to play. But in real life, well, see, I don't know how it's gonna go, or if it ever got that bad. I don't know if it will, but this is hypothetical. If it got that bad, I don't think people are really hard enough to keep at that. So maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Like, you know, it start to, but then people get scared and they start to kind of goody up a little bit, and it would save it a little. But then maybe I don't know. Maybe that is kind of like like what I'm saying is if this happened, and if it gets worse, and if that had happened, say 80 years ago, um, you know, not considering any wars of the time, uh, it would have been a lot different. Because you know, people still mostly, you know, they had discipline, they worked hard, they had strict ethics, and both family and cultural and religious and national traditions that they upheld. There was sort of a camaraderie, more like a brotherhood um, of fellow men and women and stuff. Now it's like family has been, you know, shot in the gut. Um, Faith has been, you got the shit beat out of it. Uh, Ethics, man, that's shaky, really. Some people say they got it, some people don't. It's all values these days, but that could be anything. Even the people that's got like some real scruples, like if it came down to it, I mean, it might just save their ass, you know. And that's me too. You know, I'm not pointing the finger at everybody else. I mean, I know me a little bit. I could I don't know if I would be a hero if it was the time to be a hero, you know. Because I mean, what are you saving? You can't fucking trust people. And then that's all before you talk about political and religious and racial hatred, you know? Because there's and it comes in all shapes and sizes and colors. I don't know who would be attacking who first exactly, but if the cops lost control, you gotta know. You gotta know. Like, there's gonna be groups out there that's gonna be trying to make a move. And we're not talking good things. It's, it's fucked. I don't know why. You never get like a homegrown cell of fucking people trying to, good guys. People trying to help shit. No, it's always like some kind of spite or vengeance or hatred or something. I mean, look at with the rule of law, with rule of law, people like Antifa show up at places where people go and just about start a fucking street brawl. Sometimes they did. And you get these attacks on like churches and temples and just random people shooting people down in a mall and stuff. Uh, yeah, that's scary. It's scary because if there ain't nothing really to stop them, uh, police are too stressed, too much of a workload, or if they just got to pull out, it's gonna be fucked up. I can speculate. Well, wait, a few things will go, not everything. Um, for one thing, I think because that's yeah, because I mean, when you're out there, say you got these people, they're packing heat, they're looking for shit to take. Well, you think they're gonna fight normal ass people that aren't even gonna fight back? They just give it to them, like they just hand them the shit. They said, no, just let me live. You can have it. There's nothing to fight about. But then you get the other dude. It's like, no, motherfucker, this is my shit. They're gonna fight. You get the dogs fighting the dogs. Cause like, and that's why I think like if you're a nice guy, if you're the sweet type, you just kind of stay out of it. And maybe after like if you could just stay away from the shit for like 6 months, theoretically it'll be safer to go out more, go in deeper to the zones. Like after that, not 6 months from now, but I'm talking like if shit, like they lost control and it went crazy and it just went to madness. Yeah, it's like kind of like the zombie apocalypse thing. It's like yeah, eventually yeah, if you just let them drop dead, like you just get some food, hunker down. You wouldn't be out there fucking Walking Dead type fighting all the zombies. Like they're gonna fucking die. They gotta rot at some point. But it's like that, but obviously not zombies. It's you know thugs killing thugs, psychos killing psychos, thugs killing psychos, psychos killing thugs, and then you get other people. It's like you're gonna get your con men, your sit and wait kind of bandits, the little traps, the what should you see in the movie? I don't want to get into too much into that. It's gonna make me sound like freaking like paranoid or something. I don't know if it's gonna get. It's not gonna be like Book of Eli shit. I'm like almost 100% sure. There's like a slim chance. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me just think about it.
But no, I think it's gonna be like there's gonna be some lockdown stuff, quarantine stuff, also quarantine. I don't know if they would do what they would do, what they you know what they did in China in Wuhan, like they locked down this whole city, and they were welding people into their apartments,
throwing people in like boxes and taking them off to facilities. China's harsh. Yeah, they crack down like a motherfucker. But then there's America. There's a whole different animal, whole different kind of people. I don't know if they would do that. I don't know if they could. Cause like you try to, yeah, like if they tried to fucking, yeah. I mean, if they tried to do what they did in Wuhan in like Chicago or like Detroit, how long do you think it's gonna last? They burn that fucking place down from the inside, just trying to get out. I don't think they could contain it. They would have to go way hard just to keep people in line. And if they did that, this country, that that might set off a whole different collapse, whole different kind of collapse, like a rebellion. But nah, now I like that. I like that Trump is doing what he can. He is doing a lot. He's closing some borders and stuff, and it's gonna hurt too. It's gonna hurt the economy bad. It's gonna mess some stuff up, but it is slowing down the coronavirus for now. I mean, there's so much really. I think a lot of it's just it it's gonna buy us maybe like a month or two. Like even the closing borders and cutting off from Europe and all that. Even he said it's like well, it's like what 2 months? Or was it 90 days? And then we're gonna open it back up, or we'll reassess. So yeah, it's just gonna buy us some time because it's spreading more now. It's gonna keep spreading. They're not gonna stop it all. Um, and after at some point, there's really no point in trying to cut off all the trade and travel and stuff. So I think once it does spread to the point that's like, I mean, it just won't do you any good to close ports and shit. They'll probably open up trade again. There'll be people still working and stuff. I hope. I mean, there's no reason. Yeah, like if everybody's got it or everybody's around it, there is no point in keeping everything closed and shut down. It's like might as well just get back to work. Right now, they're just trying to see if maybe yeah they can just hold it down until and it is good. I'm not saying it's hopeless and it's not pointless. It is very much a point. It's just not stopping it. It's slowing it down to buy some time so they can figure out some ways to treat it, to find it, to. Well, I think didn't they say that they started? Well, they do a different test now. Is that, I stopped listening to all the news because it's just yeah, it's wearing me down. Just, my life is fucking bullshit. But maybe uh, I don't know. Anyway, I'll light my cigarette. I do expect some police lockdown. I really hope it's not. Well, maybe not a lockdown, but a crackdown. And they do need to do that. They do need to do that, and they need to go after the violent, sadistic, uh, the type of fucked up, evil people that just don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. Because if shit did go way south and they lost it, like they couldn't keep a handle on it, those are the folks that are going to be the 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 main substance of the uh, the collapse, the whole post-apocalyptic, you know, nightmare bag. So if they can, if they're gonna start doing like quarantines and shit, and taking people out of these zones and those zones and putting them all together in some like place, the and it is not just bias or bitterness. It is the logical thing to do to take the highly uh, threatening, the biggest threats, the worst people that no one can trust. They're just gonna hurt people just to get what they can. Take them, put them somewhere. And you gotta kill them or nothing. Just keep them isolated so that the more sheepish types can have a softer collapse. That would be the logical thing to do. It'd be the ethical thing to do as well, um, across the board. And again, I'm just past 20 minutes on this video. I don't want to go on and on. And there's a couple more things I could say. One would be, get some decent shoes. Go ahead and get you an extra pair of shoes if you need to walk, or if if people sort of panic buy. If it goes from toilet paper to shoes, you go ahead and get a couple pair. Just, I know that it just feeds the panic buying to say, like, well, if they're going to panic, then I'm going to fucking get something now, too. Well, that's part of the panic buying. And it does accelerate the issue. But then again, it's like, shit, if everybody going to buy all the fucking stuff, what you got, what are you left with? You better go get it. So I was planning on getting a pair of shoes. Good shoes would be, um,
Merrill's have good shoes. I mean, Merrill's are good shoes.
don't see everybody wearing Merrell's. You see a lot of Nike and Adidas and stuff like that. Merrell's don't cost that much more. Some of them cost the same as your average Skechers or something. Maybe a little bit more, $10, $15 more. And yeah, no, I'm usually poor, so I don't buy a ton of expensive stuff. But you do want a good pair of shoes. And I think a lot of Skechers used to be good. Now they're kind of overrated. Some of them are kind of good still.
Other than that,
And fucking, there was something I was thinking about the other day. It was good. Just give me a minute. It's like 2 in the morning, and you hear the frogs out. Sounds pretty good. Pretty quiet. Are they panic buying soap? You can make soap, but you gotta have the oil, which you can get, but, oh yeah, Yeah, it is some. Yeah, buy a couple of motor oils. Yeah, motor oils, some fluid, maybe extra set of brakes if you plan on driving a lot. Cause I'm pretty sure most of that shit's made in China too. Alright, nah, that's it. Nah, yeah, that's it. Nah, I'll do one thing. I got a little Rhino. Is it Rhino Tough? Rhino USA? Rhino Tough? Something like that. It's a little solar charger. Folds out. It's got like three, four panels. Pretty good. It works. So that'd be good. You have rechargeable batteries, a solar charger, and yeah, it only takes USB hookups. So yeah, that'd be good. So much cheaper than a Jenny. So I can't get a Jenny. I think the solar panel. I got them in. It was a good day for the solar panel when I got it. It was like last year or something. I think it was even marked down a little bit. I think I paid $35. Nah, it might have been the normal price. I don't know. Anyway, it is worth it. It'll charge your phone decent, you know. I mean, slow, but it does it. It'll charge batteries. So yeah, man, a woman, boy, girl, or any of the other, uh, yeah, that's it.